Hello, crafters. Today we're talking about the story of the widow's mite, where Jesus sees a woman at the temple who is giving just a couple of coins, but notes that this is worth more than anything else because she's giving back to God all that she has. So we're going to remember that story with a couple of crafts that are also going to help us consider how we can give back to God. Now, the first craft that we're going to make is a Maraca coin bank. You heard that right. This is not just any old coin bank. It's a music maker as well. Because there are a lot of great biblical stories that are great to make little piggy banks or coin collections for. But this one has a fun twist because it's musical in a sense. So I'm going to start. I have this little bucket here. And you can use something bigger, or you can use a solo cup, or anything that will, styrofoam cup might dead in the noise making element, but could work. Anything that's going to make some sort of noise when coins are rattling around in there, and that you can decorate on the outside. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to make a little caption for this. Now, obviously, my bank itself is not very large, so I can't do a whole lot of decorating on the outside, but I can do some. And I can also add my caption that I can just attach to the bottom. So I'm going to say in here, I'm going to say something like giving back to God joyfully. So joyful givers are making joyful noises here. And I'll say something like offering bank, or we can reference the story to remember the widow's mite, something like that, just to explain why we're doing this random craft. And now you can either attach that or just have it be part of the craft separately. And then I'm going to add some decorations to the outside of my cup. So I might have some fun stickers, and I might write my name in a Sharpie. Regular marker's probably not going to work there, but I'll say something like Kristin's coin bank, something like that. You get the idea. And put a few more stickers here. Obviously, I would want to put things around the entire cup or bucket or whatever I'm using, but I'm just going to do one side for now so you don't have to sit here watching me craft all day. Now I'm going to cover that. I'm going to use foil. You could also use plastic wrap or cardstock or anything really, trying to kind of create that fun, shiny, also sort of noisy element. But I'm going to place my foil around the top of that. Don't want to block any of the decorations. And if you need to, you can secure it with some tape or some glue. Might need to stick a piece of tape on there, maybe not. And then I'm going to cut a little hole in the top so that I have a spot for my coins. And now, here's the fun part. Oh, I forget my jewels. I had jewels as well. That's all right. There we go. Bedazzled, sort of, somewhat, maybe. Okay, maybe not on the jewels. Anyways, the fun coin rattle. Here we go. Clink, 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 clink. So now we have not only a way to collect coins and offerings, but a fun little noisemaker as well. So that's craft number 1, Coin Bank Maraca. Now craft number 2, we're going to remember the story and also consider how we can give back to God. Now you can do this on an ordinary piece of paper, but why use an ordinary piece of paper when you can use a fun paper plate? So I'm going to use a paper plate also to kind of remember this element of what God gives us, that he is giving us things like daily bread and food. And so out of gratitude for all those blessings, we give back to him. So I've got my plate here, and I'm going to caption it something like, God gives us everything. And then I'll say, how can I give back? And now there's a couple of ways that we can do this. We can just write directly on the plate, of course. Nothing wrong with that, but that's not all that fun. So I'm going to actually cut out some pieces of paper, and I'm going to write on those some clever and creative ideas for giving back to God, and then I can scatter them throughout the plate. And also, for the fun element of remembering this specific story, I'm going to add some coins. Now these can be actual real coins that you stick on there, or you can create some out of aluminum foil, or you can get the fun handy dandy chocolate coins available at fine candy stores or oriental trading companies everywhere. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to just tape a good glue. I think tape might be a little more secure for these guys. Stick those on there, and then I'm going to write some examples of how we can give to God. I'll write those down on here, and then we'll stick them on. So it could be the obvious: tithe at church. And you could go into the whole tithing is technically 10% of what you make, but we don't really need to get into that with a 6-year-old, depending on your crew. We could say, do something for neighbors. Maybe take them cake or cookies, or offer to walk their dog, or mow their lawn or something. We could say something like, other ways that we can be kind, say thanks to parents and teachers. That's a way we can honor and give back to God. And we might say something like, we might say something here like, help at church. It's not just giving the church money, but helping in other ways as well. So now I'm going to glue these on to my paper plate, and I'm going to attach a hanger so I can hang it up. That part's optional. You can add more decorations if you like as well. I'm going to put a couple of gems on there because we honor God with time, talents, and treasures. And if you want to put on some stickers or something like that, you can do that as well. And then we have, oopsie, there we go. I'm going to stick on my hanger, so I could hang this as like a door hanger or just a decoration. You don't have to. That's just an extra element there. And now we have a lovely reminder of some ways that we can give back to God to thank Him for all of the blessings and gifts that He gives to us, and to honor Him for the treasures that He bestows on us. So, our Thanksgiving offering, I guess it is an offering plate, offerings to God plate in a sense, and coin Bank Maraca, a couple of ways to hopefully make this story fun, memorable, and applicable to your audience, wherever and with whomever that might be. Feel free to take, adapt, use, choose whatever works best for you. Thank you for joining us, and come back again next week for more craft and message ideas. Now, go make some crafts, make some disciples, Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time.